Now we're after marking out the 4 corners here. So, but we're going to have to dig here now because we'll have to set the ground peg in concrete. This is a big structure now, so you're going to need a lot of concrete in it. Well, a decent amount anyway. You'll see now in a minute. So, I put up profiles outside, you know. So we can take away all the profiles. I've just marked where I need to dig. I just need to go down here with a small bucket. I have all the other ground pegs marked, as you can see, along the way. Go over here then. Well, I might as well do everything together. This will be our 2 doors here. This will be the centre. I'm going to put a small piece of concrete here. There'll be 2 bars going down there to take the bolts going down. This will be where the door post is going, so there'll be a piece of timber here like this with plastic under it, and there'll be rebar going down. I'll set that in a bit of concrete as well. That'll be the 2 doors. Then there's going to be a panel out here then as well. Same thing, I'm going to have to put a piece of timber down here, polythene underneath it, rebars going down. So while I have the digger, I might as well dig the same on that side. And so that's the next thing now. We're going to start digging there now, and then we'll concrete all the posts in. That's the next move now. What I do with these is I put up 2 profiles. So that's the centre of the line there. It's 9 metres wide, so that's the centre of the point there. I did another one over there. That's the one for the edge of the polytunnel going that way. And then I put the line about 200 mil high, and I pulled it down there and I put it 200 mil high. And I set each one of these in concrete then, about 50 mil down from the line. You can see the line of them here. They're all in a line, 1.5 metres apart. Can you just show them here, Ryan? You see them? Yeah, they're all 1.5 metres apart all the way down. They're all set in concrete now. What about at least a barrel load of concrete? You want more in the corners, you know? Give them plenty, like. Now, this is the bottom of our tunnel on the outside, and as you're coming up over then, you want to see where to connect on your support bars. So basically, if you go up in the top there, it's my blue mark there. The blue mark there, you can see. Is there. Is 1955. Now just connect him so he's just slightly tight like that, so he won't fall over as you're lifting him up. These lighter clips here, these are for connecting your crop bars. At a height of about just over 8.5 feet, they need to be just about 6 inches below that. Now the crop support bar, if you just go down here, Ryan, just have him, that's the clip to take your crop support bar. About a foot from the end, you can move them up or down as you need to then. It's just good to have all these on, because then you're going to be climbing up the tunnel putting them on. Same, have your hot spot tape on beforehand as well. Now at the ends of the tunnel, have your hot spot tape on the sides as well, you know. And then on the ends of your tunnel, where you have these on them, just make sure the pointy end is on the inside of the tunnel, so it's not going to catch your polythene on the outside. Now these bars you see on the ground are the top of the hoops, you know. They join the 2 hoops, so there's just a slight curve at the top. And what I've done here now is I've marked the centre of them. You see the blue mark. And then what you do with each one then is you put on your crossover clamp, put on your hotspot tape, and then put on your crossover clamp just where the blue mark is here. Just secure him a little bit. He doesn't need to be tightened, just so he doesn't slide up and down. So I've just laid them all on the ground, and this is the centre piece here. In the middle, it's the short, smaller one. It's got a reduced piece here. A reduced piece. This is the centre piece here. It just pushes in like so. And then you put a couple of self-tapper screws in it. Another one here and 2 on the other side. That's it. Now 3 of us lifted over this, and I lifted in my side here. So go over here now, and Anthony is going to lift this in with a bit of help from Ryan. Right, just push it in there, so Ryan, you might get my hand there. Is that? Oh, that's grand. Alright, good stuff. Now it just go. She just mentioned that on this side you're going to need hotspot tape as well on the ends, you know. So don't forget about that. Put that. Now just put the level onto each one. Just give them a little push forward, right or left, just to see which way they need to come. Towards you, Luke, is it? Yeah. Alright, I'll give a little push there. So. Perfect, yeah. Alright, that's great. Now when you're doing your ridge bars and support bars, just mark the first one 24 millimeters from the end and then go up 1.5 meters and so on along, because it just makes it easier when you have it erected, just to know where to tie each crossover clamp. Yeah. Now what I've done now is I've put up the first section. Now the first section will be whatever length your ridge bars and support bars are. They'll be as long as possible. What we'll do is we'll make them the same length and we'll just divide them up so that they're the same length and as long as possible from a 6 meter bar. So then when you split this one, I was actually working out 4 sections. So we put in the 4 sections and we slide in our bars. They just slid in from this end. They just slid in from this end through the crossover clamps. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to tighten the crossover clamps on the support bar on the right and on the support bar on the left. And then my next step then is to put my my prop bar on each side. This will make the structure rigid, and that will enable me to go up there safely on a ladder, unless you want to hire some means of height. But at least this way it's secure there, and I can walk then safely off a ladder. So that's the next step now. I'm just going to show you one of the joints here now and how it's connected. Now this is the first joint on one of the support bars, and you'll see the bar is finishing flush with this bar. You see this is exactly flush with this because that's where the first mark is, 24 millimeters in here. So that's half the thickness of the bar. So then I've matched this up with the mark that I had placed on it, and this is matched up with the mark that I had placed on it, and I just tightened it into position. Tighten all the nuts, and then just out of an abundance of caution I just put a self-tapping screw there and a self-tapping screw there and another one here and another one here. Sorry, they're probably not necessary, but they only take a few seconds to put in. So I work my way along here now. I'll do the next one here. You can see the mark. I have to pull it back this way a few inches, and I work my way along, make sure everything's on the marks, and then I'm going to do the other side. And then I'm going to do the prop bars, the 2 prop bars, and then I'm going to do the middle, because the middle will be rigid then and safe to get up on. Now if you forget to put these on, what you need to do is give him a few belts, and each time he'll get slightly wider. Let's just have that. 1, 2. No. He's gone up there now, so I'll slip him on. When you get him on, then just reshape him with one of these. Just position him there. You need to keep the pointy end of the bolt on the inside. So he's coming from outside, that's the outside of the tunnel here now. You slide him inside there so he fits like that. Put him through. Put your big nut there, your spacing nut. That's just to stop you over tightening. Line him up there like that. Throw him on it then to get a bit of traction. Now you can knock him through a bit. Put on your nut. And you repeat the process.
Go on.
Alright, look, you might just slide him in there, so we'll just take up this process. Let me know, I get the angle right. It's just a bit tight, see? Go up a bit. Alright? Yeah.
Slide him in there until he meets the metal.
Yeah, get him right through. Is he down, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll have to get this fella. Same with this one now, keep the pointy end of the nut inside. Into a tight enough position. And guide him. Keep him going until this hits the steel. Now, you might just check that level down there, Luke, will you, and just tell me how we're fixed.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we tighten them up with that, so, and then when you have them in, then put a self-tapper in there as well. So keep heading in there, Right. Okay. What you do is you just put the timber up, just tie it up, put it up with a bit of tie wrap or a bit of tape there at a height that you can work with. You can work at, and then that needs to go down on the bottom half of this. You can imagine there's two halves, it's going down on the bottom half. And just offer it up, drill a hole there, mark that, drill a hole there. Push this through, and then you put a self-tapper, and on the other side then you put on a nut, I'll show you on the other side there, a nut and a washer on each one. I'll show you on the other side there now. See here now, I put on a nut and a washer. I put it up to the height where I wanted it, and I just tightened it so that it'll go down with a belt of a sledgehammer, like maybe just a little bit looser than that even. Now, you just go along here, see where the timbers join here. When you're putting it on, make sure that they don't meet at a bar, you know, just keep them either side or in the middle there, and then you join them with a piece of timber there. There's actually four screws there, that's 8 screws altogether coming through there, and then all the way along the top then you have a batten. Same thing now, try not to get the join here, so just make sure the joins are alternating. I just put the batten all the way along like this. And then what you do then is you pre-cut when we're putting the polythene on the polythene, will come down like this. We'll be trapping this here, so just trap in between and have a few screws. The screws are at about 8 inches, 7 or 8 inch intervals. On this one the screws are at about a foot intervals, that's loads like. And you can put it wherever you want. If you want it down the bottom, grand, I'm going to put the mesh here so I'm keeping it up on the joint. So I'm going to put it there and I knock it down and probably come down 3 or 4 inches as I tighten the polythene. I'm going to have mesh then to the ground. I think that's pretty typical. Like.